I saw some fish. A little school of them swimming.
See some?
Out that way.
Down in the shark house?
No, they were down there a little ways.
Right.
Is it rolling? Is it rolling? Oh, you're throwing. Hey, this is Phil in the Wing. Gonna do one cast today. It's the 21st. Yeah, it is 21st. It's Sunday. So I just got back last night. It's really weird. One part of the day being in a totally different part of the world, and then you find yourself flying 7 hours and catching trout. Yeah. Just got back from Iceland. Had a really good trip. If you want to see some of our pictures, I've put a bunch of up on my Facebook page, and you can friend me. You gonna bring that in, or you gonna play with it?
Waiting until these waves come by.
Oh.
Pretty nice rainbow.
What color jig do you have on?
I have sculpin and ginger with a brown head.
He's got a sculpin and ginger and brown head, and so do I, but I've got a lot more ginger than I do brown. Actually, it looks like an olive and ginger. My trip was not a fishing trip. I've had a lot of people ask. We toured around and just saw the sights. Iceland's a very interesting country. 2-pound line. Water's been off. They ran it for what, an hour?
Yeah, not very long.
Half a unit. Everybody said fishing's been slow. I did see some fish. At one time I wish I had a fishing rod. Saw a bunch of big browns. But the country that I was had a lot of rivers. Some of them were glacier fed, so they were pretty clouded up, but there were a lot of clear rivers too. And I'm sure they had fish in them. Where'd that wind come from?
Got a little bit of chop out here.
What was that?
Some kind of notification. I don't know. I haven't figured all that stuff out on my phone yet.
Oh, that's bottom. Oh, I did have a bite. Come on. Oh, that's bottom, I think. Well, I think I might have had a bite. Maybe. But the odd thing about it, everybody thinks, of course, you go north, you go Iceland, you go Alaska, oh, it's cold and everything, but it was actually colder here for most of the time than it was there. Of course, when I left, we had a cold snap here, and it was in the 50s for the most part. 40s at night, rainy some. Last few days are a little colder. And it was starting to get a little colder there, but in investigating, you know, their climate and just everything. Golly, another one. Nice one. Good job. I typed in the average temperature in Reykjavik, which is in the south part of the island, is 34 degrees in the winter. And that's not super cold. They do have a lot of wind, and they get a fair amount of snow. That was me.
What was that?
That was an email. But I bet you can catch fish on jigs up there. They have sea run trout. They have char. They have brown trout. Of course, they have Atlantic salmon that make their run. And they have some other types of whitefish. I did look into a guide trip, kind of a last minute thing. I heard, I picked up a fishing brochure, and don't ask me to pronounce the towns, really anything over there. It's their language is so hard and it's hard to read. But I picked up a brochure that had something to do with fly fishing, and so I inquired about it, and it was a couple days lead time. It was to fish on Friday, and it was going to cost me $1,300 to go fishing for one day, and of course that was supplying everything. But I passed on the fishing trip. I think next time I'll take my own gear and figure out.
Try some different cuisine up there.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. Of course, they don't have a lot of cattle. They have a lot of sheep, and they have a lot of horses, and just a few cattle. Well, I didn't see many cattle at all, and so they eat a lot of horse meat. Horse burgers. They don't call them that. That's what they are. So we had horse, and it was quite good. Actually, all their food there was good. But you know, having the tourist base that they do have, they do offer a lot of foreign foods. We ate Thai and
yeah, we were
American.
When you posted that your first day in
had Thai food.
You're eating Thai food.
Yeah. Well, it was just right there, right where we stayed. We stayed at Airbnbs, and it was an apartment. The first 3 days, we stayed in an apartment, and it was just right there around the block. There was a bar and this Italian place and a little grocery store. And there are a whole lot of people going in there, so we thought, well, let's try it. And they had a little buffet. It was good. They probably had horse meat too. At that point, we were ignorant and didn't ask.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not getting bit at all. Of course, most of the fish I saw were more towards the middle.
Not both of them, though.
Yeah. Oh, that sun's gonna get in the way here in a minute.
A few ridges out there.
Had a lot of, almost all the tourists that we saw there were young people in their 20s. A lot of them from the States, a lot of them from Japan. I shouldn't say Japan. Someplace in the Far East. We met people from Singapore, Thailand, Japan. Almost everybody speaks English, even the tourists. Of course, there were people from Europe. That's considered a, a European country. So a lot of Europeans would fly over and vacation there from Germany and France. It was a cool place. Enjoyed it. I'm done. I don't know.
All done?
I'm out of practice.
I thought you were going to do more storytelling, so I was just going to fish.
No.
All right.
I'm done.
Thanks for watching.
All right. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.